This week's edition of Church Media Design TV is sponsored by Print Management Solutions and Floodgate Productions. Welcome to this week's edition of Church Media Design TV, tips, tricks, and how-to for you, the Church Media Designer. As you can see, I am joined by my friend for a little demo on 3D hologram technology, and he doesn't like me, and I don't like him, so let's get into it. Well, let's reach into the stockpile and grab you guys some great resources, and the first one is Echo Conference 2010. You can check it out over at echoconference.com. They've launched a new website, and you can see that they got some great speakers this year, including Donald Miller will be back speaking and doing some of their main sessions, as well as Todd Wagner and who do we got here? Terry Storch, and of course Tony Stewart and Barton Damer, and Carlos Whitaker I think is leading worship for it, so that should be really cool. So make sure to check out echoconference.com. The next one is a three-part series from Smashing Magazine on color theory for designers. Now, I know a lot of us didn't get a chance to go to college, and we didn't get a chance to learn all of the theory and theology, well, not theology, theory behind color or motion or any of those kind of things. So Smashing Magazine's helping us out with this three-part series. We have part one, the meaning of color, part two, understanding concepts and terminology, and of course part three, creating your own color palettes. And they have a lot of great different pieces to this, so I would encourage you guys to check that out. And last but not least, we got some freebies for you. We have the Worship Backgrounds channel on Vimeo, which includes a ton of free looping worship backgrounds that you can use for your church. There's a ton of different stuff in here, so I would encourage you guys to check that out over at, what is it? Yeah, that URL is very long, so I'm not even going to try it. So you can find the links for all of these over at ChurchMediaDesign.tv on the show page in our show notes. So check out the Worship Background, Smashing Magazine's Color Theory for Designers, and Echo Conference 2010. Well, we want to say thank you to our sponsors, and our first sponsor is Floodgate Productions. You can find them at floodgateproductions.com, and the video you're seeing behind me is one of theirs, and they make mini movies and media for you and your church. And this video is called All About Him, and you can find that on their website, and you can buy that. It's a great mini movie, and I would encourage you guys to check that out. But if you want some free stuff, I would encourage you to check out their free resources page, where you're going to get 2 free mini movies, a worship background loop, and a full series package, all for free. So make sure to check that out, and you can head over to floodgateproductions.com, check them out, and help us out by checking out our sponsors, as well as our longtime sponsor of Print Management Solutions. You can find out more about Print Management Solutions at printmanagementsolutions.biz. How many times can I say Print Management Solutions? But they have the solutions to your print management needs, and you can find out how it's worked for other people by checking out their testimonials on their homepage. Find out more by clicking on Print Management. You'll find out what they can do for you. And for sure, make sure to sign up to find out more information and throw in Church Media Design into the promo code to help us out. So check out floodgateproductions.com and printmanagementsolutions.biz. Well, welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. We are in the theater at Clark, and we're here with Houston and Ainsley from Musion. We're going to talk about a little 3D hologram technology today. So, Ainsley, you want to kind of tell us what Musion is and what you guys provide?
Yep, sure. So Musion is a British-based company, private limited. We've been trading for about 5 years now, offering 3D solutions, ranging from Madonna and the Gorillas at the MTV Music Awards, right the way through to sort of CEO addresses. So imagine a stage with a foil screen at 45 degrees, and you can project an image so that it appears as though it's on that stage when it's not really there.
Yeah, and I was actually fortunate enough to see this in action. I didn't know what I was seeing at the time, but I was at a ride at Universal Studios, and during the wait for it, off or onto the stage walks this actor, and I was like, wow, that looks so realistic, and there's somebody up there interacting with him, and come to find out that was actually your technology being utilized at Universal Studios. So, so how does Clark fit into the picture with Musion?
Well, we met Musion a few years ago through a common friend, and we have been involved for several years in more of the high-end video venue type production environments. And we saw a couple of things that were attracted to us when we saw the Musion technology. First of all, it begins to extend the realism of virtual teaching venues. And then the second thing is that the applicability to special events and children's environments in particular for creating as if you were there in terms of biblical times, because our focus is house of worship. You would be able to create either animated characters or interact with animated characters in a way that would sort of take the children or take the attendees to an event to a place they couldn't do with just normal video, 2D video.
You'd be drawn in a lot more than just feeling like you're staring at the same old screen that you've seen for the past 2 years.
Right,
It's
right.
much more immersive.
Right. Immersive is probably the key word there. You feel as if you're actually there, even though the characters might be animated, or they might actually be just pre-recorded people that are talking.
So, Ainsley, you mentioned Madonna and the Gorillas, and that was kind of a turning point
absolutely.
for Musion. With kind of explain what happened with that and what you guys did for that event.
Okay, so I mean, if you just backtrack a little bit, we did Madonna. Before we did Madonna, we did the Gorillas in Lisbon. So the Gorillas